Hello everyone, DonTheCrown here, and today I want to talk about what I think is probably the most insane movement tech that I've seen in Duet Night Abyss, and instead of talking about it, let's just show you. Well, as you can see, this tech not only gives you a lot of speed, lets you float in the air, heck, even lets you fly into the air, and just go all over the place like crazy, and it is actually really relatively easy to set up, and you can use it on a large majority of characters, pretty much any character that doesn't necessarily need their melee weapon for damage. If you don't know already, the melee wedges don't actually give you any stats for anything besides the melee attacks. Same thing with the ranged weapon wedges. So if you're stacking like attack damage or something, it's only with that weapon. And so we can go and use any pole arm here to pretty much go super duper fast. So I'm using Lynn right now, and I'm using this pole arm here. All of the different pole arms are these. So you have a whole bunch of different options here. You have skill damage, you have skill range, you have attack speed, but this is local for it, so this doesn't really matter. And then you have resolve. So these are the different ones you could potentially wear. And so we're using this one here for skill damage. It's already good for Lynn. And you're going to want two different wedges here. The first one, and super important one, is this one behind my head, which is Fenrir's Piercing Ascent. And I'm going to read it for you since you probably can't see it. It says upgrades pole arms charged attack to launch a forward dash, damaging enemies in the user's path for double the damage of the standard attack. And this pretty much makes it so your charge attack no longer like throws at your weapon and spins it. It just causes that charge that you see to go crazy. And then we're also going to be taking this wedge here, Swift Momentum. This, I could have just moved it over so you can see it. I'm very smart. Swift Momentum gives you 50% charged attack speed. And it's pretty important because if you don't have smooth momentum in, this whole process is going to feel a little bit slower here. But you are going to want to put Swift Momentum in so that you can have that and basically just zip around all over the place. This is definitely very, very fast in terms of being able to move around. It allows you to also get a little bit of air, and then you can use like just a regular left click to give yourself a huge amount of speed across long distances to really just traverse a whole bunch. I know normally like what I was doing to move is I would just rocket jump in the air and then left click down, but now I can just, do this a whole bunch, and I can, slam down as well. I think that's just super fast. And it makes like running around and checking the entire world map when you're looking for genie mods. Like we just went and just looked everywhere for genie mods because it seems like they respawned, for me at least today. And this just helps out a lot. Now, where do you get these two wedges? Well, the first wedge you're going to go find if we go here to events, we go to Immersive Theater. This is one of the things that you can buy in here. There's a series of wedges that buffs different types of attacks. And there's one of them in here. It's going to cost you 1,000 of these ticket stubs. And so I definitely recommend picking that up. This is something you're going to need like 2 full teams basically to get started with the classic repertoire. You're going to need basically 2 characters that can like kill stuff at like level 20 at least, which isn't really all that hard. The hard thing is that you're going to need a single weapon for each of your supports as well. And then you can't have anything crossing over, so you can't use the same weapon more than one time. Just a note here for this particular one. I see a lot of people be like, but I don't have any more melee weapons. There's a tab up here to switch between melee and ranged. So you can put ranged weapons on enemies or on your allies as well. So that's where you get the first one. And then the second one is going to come from, if you go to combat, commissions, Noctoyager manual. We're going to go to level 60 here. And we're looking at Cleaving Pirate Revenge, the second one. And he drops Fenrir's Swift Momentum. This is like a mediumly hard to get one. So compared to the one next to it, which is the hard one, you're going to get a whole bunch of these. So I wouldn't be surprised to get, multiples of this, which is pretty easy to go and do. And yeah, this doesn't really affect the rest of your damage. Like if I had instead in here, like my main weapon here is my consonance weapon, Hansel and Gretel. My crit damage is like 150. My attack speed is 125. If I switch my wedges out to something else, you would not particularly see anything change there. So crit chance. So attack speed here, we have an additional 20% attack. But if I go to my consonant weapon, it's still 1.25. So yeah, it is just local here when you're actually using these wedges. It is not affecting all of your other slots. The ones that go on your character obviously affect everything with the character. And the only stats that really seem to affect other stuff is if you're looking at the top line here, like skill damage, anything that like goes to your character. So if skill damage goes to my character, increases my skill damage. This seems to be effective at all times. The attack speed on like daggers here, for example, this attack speed does not get sent over to my constance weapon. If I go equip them, we'll see 125 still. So yeah, it just doesn't really matter what you're using there, unless this is something that goes to your character instead of the weapon. You can choose basically whatever weapon you want. I believe you might get a little bit more attack damage if you're using the matching weapons. You'll see like on a character, shield ones, great swords, and dual pistols. That could be a thing, but it's not really like super duper important in my opinion. Really just having like better, like for me, especially having skill effect is a very big multiplier for skill damage here. And that's something that I want. But yeah, hopefully this movement tech and a little bit of wedge talk helps out. Maybe we'll do a more detailed video talking about wedges as we're starting to like really gear out our character. I definitely want to do a video about Genie Mon because I've learned a lot in the last couple of days and there's a lot of like little tips and tricks I want to give you guys, but we'll check that out soon. Hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you soon.